Hey Walter, here we go. This is the G4 main menu screen. Here on the right side here, this is your hotkey menu. Right now I have clear pattern. So what that does is when you spray your A, B, C, clear pattern it is what it is. It's that's how you clear your pattern. If you're running an M3, would you have a keypad and you didn't have those keys, that's what it would be. It'd be clear pattern. See here? Enter. That's all these keys are. With the Satloc, they have a ton of different key codes. Um, for an example, clear swath, enter. That's going to get rid of your paint. Clear pattern is your pattern, clear swath is your paint. What else is on the hotkey here? Info job. This is so yeah, if you have jobs loaded up, say forestry, or you're doing prescription maps or auto boom maps, um, when they're uploaded to your system, that's where you put it here. Start new log is it is what it is. It's a start new log. Sometimes when you spray a field or you're working all day and you'll spray 10 different fields, you will have a very large file of all those fields. It's good practice to get into a habit of after your field, after you hit clear pattern enter, is to start a new log, and then that log is for that field, and you don't have a massive log file. So lots of guys, they set up these hotkeys so when they're done a field, they'll just run their thumb down the side of the screen and they're good to go. On the left side here, okay, well, let's start at the top. Your acre counts up here. Uh, your acres sprayed. Tough. I don't have a flow control right now, but this is where you're going to see when you put your money handle down your desired flow rate. You'll see what your flow control is doing and what you're producing. On the left side here, this is all, you can all change all this. This is all customizable. Here's your swath width. Here's the swath number you're on. We're waiting for A, B, C, and now we're on 2. It's a clear pattern. Your aircraft speed. I am running my simulator right now, but I can change that. And then here's your field and total acres. This will, your total is your total day or until you hit this restart, and your field. So when you hit a clear pattern enter, this should go to 0. And then that's another way of keeping track of your acres. Usually a hotkey here is info. So let's just do that, info. That's what you're gonna get your flow control. So your target rate to let's say 4, or not 7, 4. And then how many gallons you put in, 500. And then you're good to go. See what happens. So again, this is info is not here, but that's a good place. Otherwise, if you don't know info, everything is accessible through the menu. So keypad brings the keypad up, setup. Here's your pattern, racetrack. But let's go to that. I want to get to that one screen first, so let's go setup for more options. Flow control, and there we go. So there's key codes that'll get you to a menu quicker than going through the menu. 'Cause sometimes it's tough when you're flying an airplane hitting turbulence. It's tough to hit a button. Okay, let's go back. This is where, yeah, swath width, left, right, racetrack. They have it. This is your patterns back to back, and then here, this is your little diagram of what pattern you've selected. Back to back is forestry, row crop. I personally did a lot of flying on the Quick Track X. So pattern setup, total swaths, it was generally 36. And then hit accept. So what the Quick Track is it's really nice. So you don't have to do your C because you've already closed your pattern with giving the amount of swath widths you have. So this is really good when you're spraying a section and you're working on the one half. Let's go left. Generally, we go left. So you would switch. Okay. So let's say we're doing a right-hand racetrack. So you would lay your A, your B with your swath advance button, A, B, and then you go right into the middle of the field, and then you start spraying, and then eventually you get to your C or your last swath. When you come out of C, you'll do a teardrop, and then you'll go back into A, and then keep going. So then that's how you would spray a section, or if you have fields that are lining up that way. So that's a popular. I like that that pattern, but the one thing with that pattern is you don't have those two big turns when you're heavy. We have all been in that situation before. So that's a basic, very basic. We'll go through a bit of this. Here's your name, your aircraft type, your logging. See, we're logging every 0.2, 0.1. That's why start log is such a good option to do because you are doing a lot. You are recording a lot in your CPU. Back screen. Here's here's where you would customize your screen for what you want. Um, Displays. Okay, so here's your field area right here. Sorry, field area, total area, uh, and your heading, time to edge, and spray. That's what these are right here. So you can change these to anything you want. There's a ton of options. This is one thing you're gonna sit in your airplane and play with, or go through your manual and have a look. Let's go back. Light bar. Uh, Okay. So cool thing with the G4 is it can be a lot coming from the M3 or the old light bar systems. You always had your swath number and your cross track error. Those are always customizable. Some guys don't put their swath number on the left. They put their heading. They find that's easier to fly your AB and get more of a straight or true line. But if you have G4 light bar, um, you can have current swath number, heading, laser altimeter, and cross track distance. This is how I ran. I had a laser altimeter, loved it. Uh, you're flying a 502, so you got the bigger tail, so going under power lines. I was in a thrush, so I found if I could see under the power line and if I can get my airplane down to 6 or 8 feet, I knew I was going to get under that line. So it was just kind of it was a thing for my head too that helped. Again, heading very nice for when you're flying an AB line to keep that line. Flying north south, you just keep that 0 or 360, and you should have a pretty straight line and your cross check distance. This can be pretty overwhelming if you come from especially if you're in a new aircraft, a new GPS. But you can shut these off. Like you can run, uh, blank. Like you can run just two. So if you want to get used to your system and then go and then graduate to more information, yeah, I'd highly recommend that. Okay, units. Here you go. Time. If you're spraying forestry, you'd go to metric. Everything's in US. Back. Yeah, and the rest of these menus, this is where I come in if you have any problem. Oh, here we go. Let's go. Hotkeys. This is where you would change your hotkeys. Here you go. Clear pattern, enter, info job. Yeah, so I would change this to info, and then you can get right into quickly changing your rate or your volume for your next load easily. And this is constant rate. You're not spraying auto boom. Um, what else can I tell you? So you change your ins and outs. A lot of guys do this. Sometimes they hit setup twice, and they're like, "Oh my God, what did I do to my screen?" And no, that's just night mode or when in low light situations, so you don't have a bright light in your face. And to bring that back is just set again. I think we'll stop there, and you can let me know if you have any questions. I will attach the G4 manual, and yeah, I suggest giving that a read, and you have any other questions, just give me a call back here, and I'll try to answer them the best of my ability.